Hey guys, welcome. If you're new here, my name is Heather. So today we're going to talk about my top 10 tips and tricks of going to Go Wild. This was my first year attending Go Wild. I've put out a video about the swag, 2 different videos about what happened at Go Wild, like just kind of explanations, I guess, of what occurred. Some pictures, videos are in the videos. So if you want to check those out, I'll list them either up in the cards or in the description below so you can check them out. But this video is all about my tips and tricks from a newbie if you're going to Go Wild in 2024 or whichever years to come. Okay, so my top advice. When you look at the itinerary, because they do send one out, you're going to notice that your day starts roughly at 7:30 in the morning and it goes until 10 o'clock at night. In the middle, there's a break. The break starts at about 2 p.m.-ish and ends at 7 p.m. So you have a session in the morning from like roughly, it starts at 8 a.m., but the doors open, I think, at 7:30 till 2 p.m.-ish. And then the next session, whatever the activity, we'll say the activity that night starts at 7 p.m., goes till 10 p.m. So from 2 to 7, well, so let me start over. During the first session, you have like a happy hour energy break where you get like snacks and like soda or pop, whatever you want to call it, or water. That's it. You don't get any meals. And so because you come down early, you tend to like grab a quick snack and then go downstairs. So my advice to you is bring snacks, because you don't get lunch until like 3 o'clock-ish. By the time the session's over, you get back to your room, or if you go out, I promise you it's going to be like 3 o'clock, 3:30, maybe later. So bring snacks. Otherwise, you may not eat through the whole session. So bring some snacks. Just to like tide you over, especially if you're somebody who gets hangry. You definitely want to bring snacks. Bring water. I suggest bringing I actually wouldn't suggest this one, but like a cup, something metal, if you like cold drinks. It'll keep it cold. The reason I wouldn't suggest this one is because it has a straw. Personally, I wanted something that I could like throw in my bag, not have to worry about spilling, and this is gonna spill. Unfortunately, the one I brought was not like that, but it did the job. It worked just great. But anyway, so you're gonna want to bring snacks, bring water, and fill your water cup before you go. One of the days I forgot to fill my water bottle and it was only like half full. Really annoyed at myself, but luckily during the snack break they had bottles of water. I grabbed a bottle then and filled it up. It worked out fine. Okay, number 2. You're going to be one of 2 people, my guess is. You're either going to want to stay up all night and you don't care about sleep. I was not that person. Or you're going to want to get some sleep. And no matter what you try, like I said, the sessions don't end. Like Friday crop night doesn't end till 10 o'clock at night. And then you're probably up at 6 the next morning. So if you need your 8 hours, you better like go straight to bed. Typically I need my 8 hours, but I survived on like 6. But yeah, definitely try to get your sleep. I get it. You want to like get up early for the sessions, especially Friday morning. And you want to stay all night at the welcome party or plan jamma. But trust me, you're going to want to get some sleep. Specifically between Friday and Saturday. I think by Saturday morning, that's when you're kind of like, I'm tired, I'm dragging. So yeah, definitely try to get your sleep. Don't try to stay up all night. Trust me, you're going to want a little sleep. Okay, number 3, bring comfy shoes. Don't bring the cute shoes just so you have cute shoes. Look, I am a shoe person. You cannot see it, but behind you, I have a whole bookshelf full of shoes. I love shoes. Trust me, you want comfortable shoes. You don't want the shoes that are going to give you a blister. You're going to hate yourself later for it. Number 4, along with the shoes, bring comfy clothes. This is not a fashion show. Nobody really cares. Personally, I wore like planner t-shirts. I had a ton of planner t-shirts. You're probably going to notice it. If you watch the other vlogs, you'll see pictures of me in different shirts from planner shirts. I wore planner shirts, jeans, tennis shoes. I was good to go. You just want to be comfy. Trust me, nobody is like, it's not a fashion show. You want to, look put together, that's fine, but wear comfortable clothes. You're going to be sitting all day. It's like I said, they're long days. Wear comfy clothes. Number 5. Part of the reason I tell you to bring comfy shoes, comfy clothes, is because of reason number 5. There are lines. There are 1,500 people that attended this event. Even if you're like, nobody's going to stand in line. There has to be a line. There's 1,500 people. There's not 10. And so there are lines. There were lines for everything. There were lines to get in the restaurants at the hotel. There were lines to get on elevators, especially when we were all together. There were lines to get in every single meeting you went in. There were lines to get snacks during break. There were lines to leave the session. There were lines for everything. So be prepared for the lines. In conjunction with the lines, bring your patience. If you are like me, I don't attend many theme parks. I don't stand in many lines if I can avoid it. And so I knew there would be lines, obviously, but you don't really realize it till you get there. And so I really suggest bring your patience. Bring your patience, enjoy the line, talk to your friends, and then some other tips are going to play into the lines in just a second. So, number 7, plan your time. I would really suggest to plan ahead on what you want to do during the breaks. Like I said, the sessions end around 2-ish. The evening event activity starts at 7-ish. You have 5 hours somewhere in there. It really probably ends up being more 4. I really would suggest planning what you want to do. And maybe talk to your roommate or your friends or whoever you're there with. I mean, if you're alone, then you have, you can just plan on your own. But I would really come to an agreement. This is what we're going to do, and then say I want to relax, or somebody's, I want to go out, or what about we do this for lunch? How about we Uber lunch? What if we eat in the hotel? Whatever it is, just plan it out, because honestly, it's not a lot of time. I really would suggest trying to figure out what you're doing. Like I said, it's a planner conference. Everybody's a planner. I think you'll be grateful in the end, because then as soon as the session's over, this is what we're doing next. Just kind of work it out in advance. This is what we're doing. Okay. What are we up to? Number 8. This is probably my best tip. And really, it should have been number 10, so I could leave you with the best tip. But number 8 is going to play into 9 and 10. So I feel like we need to tell you number 8 first. Number 8. My best advice for you if you're going to go wild is forget that you're an introvert. Now, I know you're thinking, but Heather, I'm an introvert and I can't just forget it. I get it. I'm an introvert too. I always say I am an introvert, but internally I'm an extrovert. I know it is hard to want to talk to other people, wanting to just do anything out of your norm, anything that makes you uncomfortable. But trust me, the best thing about Go Wild is that there are 1,499 other people who 90% of them feel like introverts too. 90% of them are like, no, I don't want to talk to people, or I only want to stay in my little bubble. Trust me, some of the best conversations I had with people met Ashley sitting in a restaurant because 2 other people from Go Wild were sitting there and we're like, no, go ahead and sit at the table. They'll clear them off when they notice you're sitting there. And then I met Ashley because we told Ashley and her friends to sit down because they'll clean the table off in a minute. Yeah, we met people standing in line. And in fact, Friday morning, Stephanie and I met 2 people standing in line. And then when we sat down at Simply Gilded, they sat with us at our table. And that was, I don't know, 10 hours later or whatever it was. Almost, no, more than that. It was like 13 hours later. And like I said in my previous video at Plan Jam, I sat down with people and like got to chat. We talked about Harry Potter because I love Harry Potter. You met some really nice, amazing people. And if you're a Harry Potter fan, you'll totally understand this reference. But as I explained to my husband, in a group of 1,500 people, maybe 1,300 of them were probably Hufflepuffs. Everybody just kind of understands the other person. They get a thing that like you don't get out in the regular world. They just understood. They knew that you liked paper and pens and organizing and making things pretty. But on a higher level, they enjoyed, being kind to people, including people. That was one of the biggest things, was like, you just talk to everybody. And so if I can give you any advice for Go Wild, is like, let it all go. Don't worry about being an introvert. Get on an elevator with someone and say, hey, I like your shirt. I like your shoes. Strike up that conversation with them. Ask them about their planner, about their stickers. If you're standing in line with somebody, ask them like, hey, how are you doing? Is this your first year at Go Wild? Have you been before? What years did you go? What kind of planner do you use? Do you use stickers? Do you use just pen and, highlighters? Do you use stamps? Whatever it is. Honestly, that was my best advice. And I went into Go Wild pushing myself to not be introverted Heather who hides at parties and doesn't want to talk to people without her husband nearby. So our first day at registration, I was walking around with Stephanie and I met Bess. I saw Bess and was like, oh my gosh, that's Bess. And so I went up and was like, hey, can I take a picture? And she's like, yeah, sure, I'd love to. And she was talking to us about different things and talking to us about zebra products because she was picking up her zebra box. But anyways, yeah, and that honestly propelled me. It was like, yeah, I can do this. I talk to one person, I can talk to all others. And so I, met so many people I knew in the planner community that I have watched their videos or seen them on social media or bought their products. And I kept stopping them and be like, can I have a picture? I had great conversation with Chrissy Ann about her Halloween stickers. It just was so nice to meet different people and get to see them face to face and not just through a screen and be able to be like, yeah, you're cool. You are nice. It just was a lot of fun. Number 9. Well, actually 9 and 10 kind of all go together. So, number 9 is, well, I had kind of already said it. Talk to people in line. Talk to them in the elevator. Talk to them at the restaurant. Everybody walks around wearing a lanyard or planner t-shirts. And that's kind of a giveaway. Like, oh, you're one of us. And you can say like, hey, are you here for Go Wild? Like I said in my first video when we stopped, in my first vlog, when we stopped at Erin Condren's store, everybody was walking around with their bags from Go Wild or their lanyards from Go Wild, and you just knew like, oh, these are my people. Obviously we were at Erin Condren, so that kind of gave it away too. But yeah, it was so much fun to interact with people and not be afraid to be like, hey, what about this? Or, how are you doing? Are you enjoying Go Wild? Tell me about your planner, whatever it was. And everybody was open to talking. Everybody was open to chit chat. It was just fun getting to meet new people. Don't be afraid to take pictures with people. One of my favorite memories is being able to come back and show and talk about all the people I met that I've watched on YouTube and Instagram. I literally was in line for break to get a snack, And the person in front of me, I was like, excuse me, you look really familiar. Do you by chance have a YouTube channel? And I kept thinking to myself, I think that's Emily. I really think that's Emily. And sure enough, it was Emily from my favorite daughter, Emily. And she, said hello and was like, oh, thank you so much for watching, and took a picture with me. And it was really, honestly, really nice. Like I said, I met lots of different people. I'll post some of the pictures for you so you could see them, including my picture with like Frank Warren from Post Secret. But like I said, don't be afraid to speak up. Don't be afraid to ask. Don't be afraid to just even say hello, honestly. Everybody was so nice and so willing to talk. I know as an introvert, it's hard to like speak up and you're like petrified to say anything, but I'm telling you, don't be afraid. Don't let the fear stop you, because it really, really meant so much to me personally to be able to talk to some of them. Just even to say hello, just to say hi. It was honestly so nice. So nice. Okay, so I got one extra bonus piece of advice. One of my bonus piece of advice for you. Probably my best tip of the whole thing. I made you wait till the end. My best piece of advice is to go wild with no expectations. And I know if you're watching this video, you already have expectations. You already think, oh my gosh, I'm going to get so much swag. I'm going to meet so many people. I'm going to have all these new friends. Don't go wild with expectations. Go in with an open mind, an open heart. Don't expect tons of swag. Just go in and enjoy yourself. Do what you enjoy. If you want to skip Plan Jamma, then skip Plan Jamma. If you want to stay at Plan Jamma from the door opening to door closing, then you do that too. You take all the pictures, all the videos you want. You do what you want to do in that city, wherever you may be. I'm hoping next year is in Florida. So if you come to Florida, it'll probably be in Orlando. I don't live in Orlando, but that's close enough for me. But, you go to Orlando, take all the pictures of Orlando or wherever. I don't know where it's going to be next year, so don't hold me to it. Just enjoy it. Come in with no expectations. And I promise you, when you leave, you will be overwhelmed at not just the people, but the experiences and the swag. I promise you, it was a really great event. Now, so above all else, if you go wild in 2024 or whatever year and years to come, go in with no expectations, comfy clothes and comfy shoes. Bring your snacks, your water. Leave that introvert at home. Pretend you're an extrovert. And I promise you'll have a wonderful time. If you have any other questions about Go Wild or anything of that nature, feel free to DM me. You can find me on Instagram at a.million.lifetimes. And feel free to message me. I'm an open book. I'll answer anything you have. I'll give you my honest answer and let you know what I think and how I felt about Go Wild. The truth, the overall truth is I really did enjoy the experience. There are things that personally, if I was in charge, I probably would have changed, but I do understand things come up, and I think that's the reality of it. When you change the city, things come up that you can't always plan for. But overall, it was a great experience. I met a lot of great people, had a good time. Really, truly enjoyed the speakers, if that wasn't obvious. But anyways, I hope to see you at Go Wild in 2024. If you enjoyed this video at all, please like, share, and subscribe. And like I said, if you do have any questions, feel free to message me. I'll be happy to answer any of your questions. Take care. Bye.